What's up, everybody? Before we start tonight's show, which is entitled Mac and Squeakers, and I'm excited for, I just want to say that we have a couple of firsts tonight to celebrate. First and foremost, we are not just live on our regular YouTube channel, but we are also live on the new Paracast Facebook page. We are also live graciously on Parapost Network. If you haven't figured it out already, go check out Parapost. If you're watching from Parapost, you should know what it is. But I just wanted to say a personal thank you to Brian John Laverty and his crew for allowing us to be privileged enough to come here live on Parapost Network. Thank you so much for all your support and everything you do. So, guys, I hope you sit back, enjoy, relax, have a great time as we enjoy Mac and Squeakers. So, without further ado, guys, let the show begin.
Hey everybody, I hope you're having a great evening, and I just want to thank everybody for all the prayers that you've given me while I had COVID for like a month. I'm back, and I'm excited for tonight because tonight is the first of many, and I'm also excited to be able to interview Matt's wife, MacKenzie, and I'd like to bring her on the show as of the moment.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Awesome. Well, I want to jump in and I want to say thank you for being on here because I know you're not one to be on the air very much, and so I'm very happy to be able to interview you. I'm also very nervous tonight, so I apologize if I stutter or do anything like that. Please forgive me on that note. What I want to ask you though, to start this off tonight, what got you into the paranormal?
Actually, there's a couple things. One is when I was younger, I went trick-or-treating with a bunch of my friends, and we saw what my friend thought was a hellhound, but we're just going to call it an apparition because we don't know what it was. Yeah. But I got really, really obsessed because I have ADHD. So when I want to learn about something, I get hyper fixated. So I just started researching everything possible about the paranormal. Not to mention that my house is also haunted.
That's awesome. That always makes it even oh gosh, what the word that I'm looking for? That makes it even more of a creative process. Since your house is haunted, you could go and do all sorts of certain things with that and use different tools and all of the above.
Yeah, my favorite's a pendulum. I love pendulums.
Pendulum. I haven't used that very much, but I have got one in my living room. I don't know if I have it I don't know if I'm using it right or what's going on, but I do have one. It's right by my plants. So yeah, I'm kind of interested to see how it actually works one of these days. But another question I have for you, that I know that you guys wanted me to ask too, and I was really excited to ask this, is how did you two meet?
In a cemetery.
In a cemetery.
So I had a friend, and it was a mutual friend of Matt's as well. He wanted to start his own team, and he made me a co-founder. So because we were still new and I had never really tried anything outside of like my house of like just talking to ghosts, we went to a cemetery, and he was explaining everything, and I guess our spirit guides kind of swapped places. So Buddy came with me and my spirit guide went with him, which is something that's never heard of before at all. And that it just kind of went from there.
That's cool. That's really cool. With that being said, how do you guys feel about being in the hot zone as a paranormal relationship?
It's different.
I know that kind of sounded weird, but
I know there is like some couples that do it, but not very many couples that get into doing paranormal together. Like usually it's one that does it.
Yeah, it's really interesting because I see many of them, and I wonder, is it always roses, or is it, do you guys argue at all on adventures, or?
Oh no, me and Matt have never argued in the entire 5 years we've been together.
That's good.
Not once.
That's awesome. What has been your best adventure? Your paranormal adventures?
I feel like getting to meet guardian angels was fun. There's the cemetery in I can't even think. Shamokin. I couldn't even think of the name for a second. Shamokin that has guardian angels guarding the cemetery.
That's cool. I've never heard of that before, but that's really cool. It's very cool. Okay, here's a fun one for you. Who snores the most?
Matt.
Lies.
Especially when he's extremely tired.
Yeah.
Like, there's been nights where I've woken him up and said if he doesn't, like, fix it, I'm gonna leave.
That's always a hard one right there. I think people don't really realize it until they've been together for years, and then it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I've told him when we get older, I think we're gonna have to have separate rooms because I'm not gonna be able to put up with it.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just looking down at my notes for a moment. Okay. Who talks the most?
It would be Matthew.
Okay. Where's your favorite all-time place that you guys like to go to?
I really like to go to, like, parks. Or just outside in general. But that's just because I like outdoors. We have a farm we go hunting at, because I hunt. And we'll go out there and just sometimes walk, and I'll take him with me, and we'll walk.
That's awesome. Some more outdoorsy, outside adventures.
Yeah.
Great. How do you guys... Here's a fun one. How are you guys with in-laws?
I hate my in-laws.
Uh-oh.
He loves my parents. I hate his.
Uh-oh.
His
That's a hot one.
his parents are very closed-minded Christians. So when they first met me, they asked if I went to church.
Oh, gotcha. That's a biggie. That's always a biggie.
And then I said no, and then his mom asked me if I didn't accept Jesus.
Yeah, that's always a no-no.
And I was like, no, it's not that I didn't accept Jesus, because I was raised in the Christian belief. That's not for me.
Yeah. I hear you on that. That's something that should be for everybody to choose what they want to be into. Speaking of that, I heard that you are into the Wiccan belief.
Yes.
How long have you been into the Wiccan belief?
6. I was in 6th grade, so middle school. I'm 26 now.
That's awesome.
I'm not good at math.
How do you feel about I'm sure you do you watch TikTok at all?
Yeah.
Or any of these other platforms? How do you feel about people calling other witches baby witches?
Actually, there's a funny story about that. I'm currently training a baby witch. But it's not a matter of experience. It all depends on what you want to be called. Like, you can also just be called an apprentice witch if you want. But if you like the term baby witch, I guess that's fine.
Yeah, it's a hot topic. I mean, some like it and some don't, and then but I guess in the end, it's basically like you said. It's not really what you're into. It's more of the research and everything else. On that note, what do you say to people that think that witchcraft is going to make you go to hell? I'm just gonna put it out there. The Karens of the witchcraft world. There you go.
Lies.
Lies.
It depends. It depends on which you practice.
That's
because
true.
if you get into the darker stuff and try to summon demons and you successfully summon a demon, even a low level demon, you're going to hell if you sell your soul.
Yeah, that I agree with.
But no, I don't think any Dark Wicca's successfully summoned a demon. At least I would hope not.
I would hope not either. But then again, we've had 2020 and all this other crap that's going on. So.
I just hope they knew what they were getting into before they did it. That's what I say to all. If there's any Dark Wiccans watching at all, I hope you know what you're getting into before you do it.
And that's exactly it. Karma can bite, and that's something that's
Karma
it
is
comes
real.
in many ways. What is your, and this is a question that has always asked on a lot of our shows, what is one spot that you've never been to but you want to go to?
Myrtle's Plantation in Louisiana. I have
I
a
don't
book
know.
on it. I've read about it. It's haunted. It's like literally in the middle of nowhere. On like thousands of acres of land. A lot of slaves died there. A couple was murdered by their slaves during the Civil War when those slaves were trying to get to the railroad. A master and the mistress were murdered.
Wow.
On the plantation grounds, they were lynched.
That's a lot of history.
I would love to go there.
I bet that's a hot zone too.
I think it's got a pond in the back. So it's got running water.
Wow. I want to take a moment and kind of look through these comments. Hi, everybody. Thank you for coming and joining us. I apologize if I'm a little stuttery tonight. I'm very nervous because it's the first of many things, but I'm also very happy because I'm getting to talk to Miss MacKenzie here, and also being able to see all of you guys in the comments makes my day as well. So thank you for joining us. Another question that I have for you, MacKenzie, is what are Matt's gonna clobber me. What are some of Matt's bad habits? Uh-oh.
For one, these.
My blood.
His blood. His amp. Another one is sleeping in really long, but that's because of his insomnia. So he can't really help that, but I wish that would change. And also sometimes not listening to everything I say.
Huh?
Okay, that was priceless on that one. Trying to think. So how does he act out in public? Like if somebody comes up to him and says, "Oh, I know you. You're off of the Paranormal Consultant show." Have you guys had that before?
I'll let you know when it happens.
It has not. It has not happened. Except for the people that we've met through the P3 program, that has not happened.
Well, shoot. Hopefully it does happen soon because we're getting to be known for pretty well, and I'm excited. I really am.
Hi, Irene.
Hi, Irene. I'm trying to think of a couple more things here. Hey, Matt, do you want to go ahead and introduce our supporters real quick?
Yeah, why not? So, I feel weird being over here in the dark.
You're in the dark with a goose.
I don't know where Goose is.
Goose is up there.
Huh?
She's being a gargoyle.
No, hold on.
We have a gargoyle goose.
There's one of my producers. So as most of you know, we are supported. Hold on. I can hear myself. we are supported by an amazing group of
Ta-da.
individuals. By an amazing group of individuals. If you're wondering, I do have my microphone muted, but it keeps switching me to you, Matt. Yeah, it kind of happens. But we have an amazing group of individuals. Obviously, I can't not say about Parapost. Brian John Laverty has done an amazing job. Him and his team have done some amazing things in this field for Para-Unity, which is what we're about. So if you haven't already, why? But go download parapost.net. It's on Android or iOS, both completely free of charge. And if you want a drama-free environment to where you can promote yourself, your team, any of your evidence, network with people, find new locations, and just honestly have a good old-fashioned fun time with this community, go to parapost.net. You can go to the website, or like I said, download the app on Android or iOS. I have both, so I'd never miss a beat with that. On top of that, if you're looking for some equipment, head over to deesghost.com, and yes, and follow them on Facebook as well, of course, Mr. Fedora. Scott. Yes, definitely go follow Parapost. I mean, if you're watching it on Facebook and you're seeing this on Parapost, why not follow? You're already there. And if you guys are in the mood for equipment, head on over to deesghost.com. Use code Parapost22 while you're there. Go through Parapost. So go through it. Go to the links and all that good stuff. Down and type in Parapost22 at checkout for an amazing discount. So on top of being free, you're honestly saving money on top of that. I don't know why. I need some duck lips. Good luck with that, Scott. Let me know how that works out for you. But definitely go. There's the man right there. There's the man right there.
Scott, he needs teeth first.
Shut up. Leave me alone.
You get teeth next week.
Hopefully. But
well, you get your teeth out.
And also, while you guys are looking for some great footage, if you're looking for some good evidence, good people to follow, go check out Paranormal in the Funhouse. Our very own Brandon Crody is the lead investigator, creator of Paranormal in the Funhouse. Him and his crew have some amazing footage, some amazing videos, and you can check them out on Facebook, YouTube, or even Paraflix. If you guys haven't already, go to Paraflix too. So you got Parapost and Paraflix to download. Check it out. Yes, there is a subscription to it, but I'm going to tell you guys, it is so worth it. I have it. I love it. There are so many amazing teams on there. Give them some love. And speaking of love, I got to talk about our partner, Aaron Wing from Nationwide Paranormal. He is partnered up with us, and I mean all of us, for our goal on Para-Unity. We are networking, using each other, utilizing each other for advice, for evidence, for clients, everything. So please go check out these amazing people. They're worth it. They're worth every bit of it. Now, Squeakers, this is your show. Did you want to do the commercial break now, or did you want to?
Yeah, why don't we go ahead and do that real quick, and then we'll come back and we'll ask a few more questions.
All right. Well, before we go to our commercial break, guys, I want to say hello to Lisa Marie from Minnesota Spirit Hunters.
Hey, Lisa.
Marcus was actually on the JoJo show. If you guys haven't seen that, I know he's been sharing it out, but she's awesome. I love JoJo. She's cool. So, all right, guys, sit tight. We're going to take a little commercial break here for the new P3 video. So this is our commercial. So sit back, relax, and enjoy our new video.
Hey everybody, thank you for joining us once again. I also want to remind you guys, if you guys are interested in the P3 program, to please ask Matt after the show for more information, and we would love to get you guys signed up for that. Hello, Miss MacKenzie.
Hi.
I feel like I've been asking my questions a little fast, so I will try to go a little bit slower. I do apologize for that. Do you use witchcraft in any of your ghost hunting adventures?
Sometimes it depends. If we really want to like charge them up, if they tell us they're having trouble, like showing us stuff, like if we're out in a cemetery, usually there's not a whole lot of electricity going on, so a lot of times they have trouble communicating. So I'll use like incense and some other herbs usually, and just burn it, and it usually electrifies the air, and then I'm just like, okay, you can take from the air whatever you need.
Okay. Now, some might think that that is agging a spirit on. Do you think that is agging spirits on? Do you think it's just something that is, what do I want to say? Something that is more like a normal tool to use during a hunt, or?
I only usually resort to that method if I ask them if they need help.
Okay.
I feel like aggravating a spirit is like, oh, you can take as much energy from me as you want. That's just dumb. Why would you do
Yeah.
that?
I had a friend that used to do that all the time, and it would drive me nuts, but it was him, so I was...
That's what I think is like aggravating them. It's just like, oh, you can touch me, you can do this, you can push me, and it's just like, no, I just want you to talk to me. Do you need help talking to me? Because I will gladly help you.
Right, exactly. And that's something that I think is very important too. That goes along the respect line with spirits, is you don't want to piss them off while you're trying to figure out things. I mean, that could cause many different levels of haunting.
I mean, I've had a poltergeist throw pennies at me.
That's always fun.
I'm an empath, so I can feel presences, and I just started, because of COVID and everything, I just started to be able to see the outlines of figures. So we were investigating this one house. It was my cousin's house when I first started to see outlines, and I could see something in the corner, but it was just a black. And I was like, okay, so you don't have a physical shape, so you're not a person. And you're not a demon, so what are you? And the next thing I know, I have a penny whipped at my head.
That's funny. That reminds me of when I was living alone back in my 20s, because I lived in this tall apartment building, and there's probably like 20 floors. And I was like, okay, well, this particular situation could not happen because I was alone. And I was a bachelorette. Okay, I'm in my kitchen, and I bend over, and a quarter got thrown at me from out of nowhere. And I'm like turning around, I'm like going, how did my cat do that? That's a little impossible.
I think the poltergeist was mad that I could see it, because it's just like, you're a thing. You're not a person or a demon. You're just a thing. You're just here.
Right.
You need to leave. And when I told it had to leave, that's when it just started throwing change at me from my cousin's attic. And I was just like, I'm not leaving, so.
Well, and those are the ones that, that, quite frankly, and since we're over the air, I can't say what I want to say, but I'm going to say, tick me off, because they like to play. And once you notice them as empath, medium, or whatnot, they just won't stop.
Yeah, they don't like you at that point.
They either don't like you, or they just want to be seen because you can see them. And It it never fails. I think every single one of them are a bit the same because it just seems like that's the norm. Once we see them. With that said, what kind of paranormal TV shows are you into? What's your favorite ones?
I like some of them on Travel Channel. I like what's that one I watch? Yeah, A Haunting. A Haunting's a good one.
That is a good one.
Another one is Haunted Woods, or These Woods Are Haunted.
I don't think I've heard of that one.
What was the other one? Paranormal Ruined My Life or something?
Yeah, Paranormal Ruined My Life is a good one. They just started doing that one on Travel Channel. And that one's interesting because it's about like poltergeists and like some of the spirits that will get attached to somebody and follow them. So it doesn't matter where they go. They're not attached to the house. They're attached to the person. So basically, this is a show where people who have the paranormal events but are still having paranormal events because that spirit or whatever is still attached to them. And it's ruining their life, basically.
I know there's a name for that, and I forget the name. Does anybody remember what the name is? Oh gosh, I'll have to remember it here soon. But how do you feel about the? I think it's called sensual energy.
Residual.
Residual?
Does that? Yeah, the residual. Thank you.
Residual energy.
Yes. That supposedly does do that. That stays with you.
Yeah, that's what Gettysburg is mostly. Is a lot of residual because of the war that happened there. There's a lot of residual energy. Like you go to a lot of the battlefields at night and you'll hear like cannons and marching and rifles, and you can't interact with them. It's just them replaying what they lived through or how they died.
That would be interesting to hear. I someday want to hear that one of these days. I know a lot of people are kind of against that, but I would love to go over there one of these days and investigate that area, or at least a part of it.
There's a lot. There's a lot.
I bet.
There's a whole drive tour you can do. Yeah, there's a whole hour and a half drive tour that you can go through, and it tells you the main battle areas. Walking tour, and then there's the haunted walking tour, which is kind of stupid. I think a lot of the haunted walking tours in that they don't give you time in that space. They're just like, oh, the battle happened here it is, it's haunted, move on.
Do you think they've gotten burned out over the years?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the tour guides with that kind of stuff are just like, I do this every day. I'm kind of...
Hi, Carlos. Yeah.
Not interested. That's what I'm wondering. Anymore.
I wonder if that's the way it is with a lot of groups, because it just seems like it's the same thing over and over and over again.
If that was my job to give a haunted tour, I think I'd be a little burnt out after a while.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many ways that you can make it creative, but then there's so many ways that people will jump in there and say, hey, no, you're messing with the evidence and all this other stuff. So I can see where that would be frustrating.
Yeah, that's why a lot of haunted tours don't let you bring equipment anymore.
Yeah. With that said, also, this is kind of going back to one of our questions in the first half. How do you feel about witches, or even the paranormal, different teams out there putting certain things on these different platforms that we use for advertising? Do you think that certain things should not be on there? Do you think that some people are going overboard? Or do you think that it's a great tool to have so that we could get more info out?
It depends. Like some of the stuff I've seen on TikTok with some people, it just looks really fake. Like they'll go into a said abandoned building. Because you can basically make any building abandoned. Like this one lady went into her shed and said her shed was haunted. And there was like stuff being thrown. And I was just like, a haunted shed. But you just said in a previous video that it's a new shed. So how is your shed haunted?
That's true. I mean, but it could always be the land. I mean, the land could be haunted there too, but I guess it just depends on the area.
Yeah. And like, I don't really know everything, but a lot of the stuff seems fake, I guess.
Yeah.
Of like people just trying to get attention, which makes it
There
really
is.
hard for people like us who have the real stuff to get actual genuine comments that are, oh, this is faked. Or that's not
It really
real.
does. It really does. And then you get the ones that you really want to say something and you do say something and then they come back at you and you're there for like an hour having that conversation of explaining why you shouldn't do this or blah blah blah.
Yeah.
There's quite a few on there and I could say a name but I won't. I'm not gonna call a team out because that's just wrong. But oh, my screen's doing funky things there. But would you guys consider putting your stuff on like TikTok or Instagram, or do you think that Facebook and StreamYard and YouTube are pretty much main?
I mean, I don't
goals?
really use Facebook that much anymore. I had it when it came out in high school, but that's because what kid in high school didn't have Facebook at the time?
Right.
Just like in middle school when MySpace was a thing, I had MySpace. Like it was just a thing.
I had Google.
I had AOL. I had AOL, and then when MySpace came out, all my friends had MySpaces, and we're like, "Oh, you need to get a MySpace." And then MySpace went downhill, and everybody's like, "Oh, we moved to Facebook, so you need a Facebook now."
Right.
And now I have all my friends' numbers. The only thing I really use Facebook for is Facebook Messenger, and I might scroll through it every now and again. I like TikTok. I don't know if Matt would ever use TikTok, but I like TikTok. I have a TikTok. It's mostly my cats and some other stuff, but I do
That's
food
cool.
reviews on there.
Well, that's
Sometimes.
something we have in common. I've been trying to do that myself with a couple things on there.
I got these little My Mochi ice creams, and I reviewed the strawberry one.
Did ya? Cool.
I do that on my regular. I have a Facebook page for my Fursona. That's what I game on and what I stream on. It's also, if anybody doesn't know, I did a Valentine's Day video about St. Valentine. The true dark history of Valentine's Day. Not the Hallmark version. I hate the Hallmark version.
They always try to make these a little bit more PG-13. What is what has been your favorite thing about you and Matt being together and doing certain adventures, paranormal adventures?
Be gentle.
Now I don't want to answer because he said that.
I was saving some good ones for the last.
I don't know. I'm not big into meeting new people, but I guess meeting the new peoples and going different places. Like, and Scott. I got to meet Scott.
Nice.
I like Scott. I like Brandon too. Brandon, Lisa. Those are the only three I met so far. So Scott, Brandon, Lisa.
Right on.
And I get to go new places. I don't know if I can say one of the places.
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay.
Come
I
on.
can. It's we're going to a battleship in North Carolina in March.
Awesome. What are some of the details with that? Can you say much on the battleship at the moment?
I know it's a Navy battleship, and I know it's a World War II Navy battleship.
That's awesome.
I need to do more research on it because I like to do research.
Aloha Mora.
Huh?
I know.
Okay, that went over my head.
Yeah. I don't remember everybody. I'm sorry. I'm bad with names and remembering people.
I am too. I get that way. I find that if I don't talk to you every day, that I sometimes can't remember the face with the name.
So I'm sorry, Jason, if I don't talk to you every day or Matt doesn't talk to you every day. I don't know who you are or remember who you are. But if I met you at Aloha Mora, which was the Potterfest in Warren, that was
Oh,
cool.
okay.
It was like this little tiny Harry Potter thing, but I got a stuffed Slytherin snake.
That's cool.
Oh,
What
yeah, he got his wand.
what other kind of I know I think you're into the furries. What's your favorite furry?
My persona is a gray wolf. My favorite though, and my friend's working on one, has no species yet, but he's got 3 eyes and really sharp teeth, and he looks like a lizard.
That's cool.
But I am a fursuiter. I do walk around in the furry suit.
That's cool. I've just recently come into the furries this last couple of years, so I'm kind of learning a little bit about it here and there, and I'll have to look them up again and see what's new and get caught up. What would be your all-time favorite animal?
My all-time favorite animal? I like cats.
That's awesome. How many cats do you have? I think
I currently have 6 cats.
6 of them.
I have 6 cats and 2 lizards.
Great combination.
Oh yeah,
What?
I forgot. My background has pictures of me in my fursuit.
Yep. That's awesome. I did not realize that.
I forgot. But yeah, that's me. That's me and Mossifet up at the top, which is a poppy fur that I really, really like. He's popular.
What do you and Matt go to the furry stuff at all, or?
We did before COVID. Because COVID put everything to a halt.
Casey does too.
And yeah, we have other friends that we take with us.
Okay.
But we go to furry meets. Casey met us through furry stuff. She met us at a furry meet in Shamokin at a bar.
Nice.
But we go to conventions. COVID kind of put that to a halt the last 2 years. Because Anthrocon's a really big convention. There's up to what? It's up to close to 2,000 people. Or 10,000. Close up to 10,000 people. And that's a lot of people. And they were worried about spreading.
That is a lot of people.
They were worried about spreading COVID, so they didn't have it the last 2 years.
What are you smoking? I like that, Scott.
Matt's a Shamokinite. Well, he was. Now he's a Danvillian again. He was a Shamokinite.
Just visiting.
He's just visiting Shamokinite. Now he a Danvillian like I am.
That's great. That's great. What are some of the things besides the paranormal and your guys' religion beliefs that you guys have in common?
Anime.
Anime.
I like
That's
anime.
awesome.
I like to draw. He can only draw stick figures.
I'm not even good at that.
Yeah, but he's not really even very good at that.
Well, you gotta keep trying.
His daughter draws a better stick figure than him.
You're right.
How old is she?
She's
If that's
she's
okay to
gonna
ask.
be she's gonna be 7.
7. Oh yeah, she's getting into that drawing stage. Trying to think. Who is the most messiest in the house?
That would be Matt. I can be. I'm not gonna lie, I can be. But as far as like doesn't clean that often, like his side of the room, it's Matt. I have minor OCD, so if stuff looks really bad, I have to clean it.
Yeah, that's how my fiance is. It's pretty much a toss-up between him and I with different things. What is
Paranormal Consultant Exposed Part 1. See Part 2 next time.
yeah, definitely will be a part 2, I think. I hope. Would you be willing to come back for a part 2?
Yeah, sure.
That would be awesome. Here's another question that we try to ask on the show quite a bit. What is your one bucket list ghost adventure that you want to go to?
If money wasn't an object, probably overseas.
Overseas?
There's like a lot of places in Scotland and Ireland that I would like to go that I know are haunted. I would love to try to see if the Loch Ness Monster was real.
That's a good one. That's a really good one. We don't have the Loch Ness over here, but over in Montana, there's supposedly I don't think it's like the Loch Ness, but I think they consider it a whale in one of the lakes, and so they kind of toss that up between the Loch Ness and the Flathead Lake, I believe it is. I'll have to research more of that one, but what do you have any favorite equipment that you like to use?
I like as far as electronical equipment, I like the spirit box.
The spirit box?
Yes. Because I can actually sit there with headphones on and like have nobody else talk. Or like one person ask questions and it's just me listening and repeating back.
Okay.
It's really fun to do. And I did this once on an investigation at a hotel here. I wasn't in a group with Matt. I was in a group with another 2 members of his team at the time, or of our team at the time. I put on a blindfold. Like I had a neck shift thing and I put a blindfold on and I just put the headphones on. So one of my senses was gone. And it made it a lot easier to hear if there was like a spirit talking. So I like to do that. I'll either like close my eyes when I'm listening to the spirit box, or if I have a way to like cover my eyes, I will.
So you say that it interfered with your senses. Do you think that it still kind of stays with you afterwards? Did it mess with any of your empath abilities?
A little bit, because when you get rid of one sense, all your other senses are heightened. So my sense of like feeling was heightened as well as my hearing. So like if there was at one point the ghost that she was a closet ghost. I guess she had a closet in this room she really liked to hang out in. And I had my back to the closet, and I could feel her like right on my shoulder, like basically whispering kind of in my ear, but because I had the spirit box on my shoulder. So that way she could talk into it.
Okay.
Because she didn't like to be, I guess they said don't face her because she won't come out if you face her. I don't know why. I guess she's just shy. So I had my back to her, and I put the spirit box and I balanced it on my shoulder, and she was like right in my ear because I could feel her head like on the side of my head. And I was like, you're a little too close for my comfort.
That had to have been something to experience. That's what would you say to others that are trying to use that? Would you recommend it because of that, or?
And not as a first time. I've used the spirit box before, and maybe not like blindfold yourself, but if you want to, try closing your eyes and see if it makes a difference. If you don't really see a difference, or you get like lightheaded or dizzy, don't do it.
Okay.
Because I had a friend who tried it, and he got really dizzy and lightheaded because the ghost was like right behind him. Yeah, really close encounter.
Mm-hmm.
If the ghost had breath, I could feel it on my neck.
That's something. Have you ever been a part of a online walkthrough with a team and witnessed anything like out of the ordinary that's not there? Like, have you heard like ghosts talking through directly to you?
I think I did once, and I was on Matt's live when we first started dating. Because he went live and I couldn't go to the investigation because I had work. And I heard something over the live video that was just like, hey, hi, just repeating. And I was like, I put in the chat, I was like, there's somebody saying hi right into your phone. Like they were right in front of the speaker or whatever for the phone, just going, hey, hi, hello, like trying to be like, hi, I'm right here. Like you don't need to go anywhere.
That's always trippy. What kind of advice would you give to those that do go into the chat rooms on the lives? Do spirits always come to you during live feeds, or is it sporadic?
It's kind of sporadic. I guess it depends. They mostly come to me when I'm out on the field. But if you're in a live chat and you're looking at the screen, not everything's a ghost.
Right.
I've had so many people come into a live chat of like one of his old videos before all this, when he had a team, and be like, oh, that's an orb. No, we're outside. It's probably a bug or dust.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Like, no, it's not.
Go ahead. Sorry about that.
I had somebody try to tell me that a firefly was a will-o-wisp. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's a fire. That's what this is. It's a bug. I'm looking right at
it. That's always fun. On that note, how do you guys cleanse your guys' yourselves before you go on any investigations, or?
I usually do a protection, but that's mostly if I'm going into a place that I know has some negative stuff also attached to it. Because me being an empath, I can get really, really sick from that kind of stuff. I think we went into one place after something happened, and I was just like, I don't like it here. And he didn't tell me anything. We just went into this building, and I was just like, I don't like it here.
Do you get those feelings often, or is that something that is kind of sporadic as well?
It can be sporadic. It depends. Like, we did an episode with Brandon, which I don't know how much I can talk about that because it's on Paraflix.
Right.
But we did this episode and we went into this building, and this building had quite a bit of negative history, and we got to this like second floor of this building, and I was like, I don't like this floor. And when I got down from that floor after our like little walkthrough before the show started, I was fine. But anytime I went on that floor, I just got really uncomfortable, and I just did not want to be there.
Wow. What advice do you have for
I'm being past the
Wiccans?
cat.
Oh.
This
What
is
advice?
Boots.
Nice. Such a cutie. What advice do you have for new Wiccans on their journeys? Do you have anything that you think that they should start with, or?
Can you go get my books? I have books. Matt's gonna go get my books, and I will show. But one of them is a Wicca how-to guide. So it's a new Wiccan guide. Yes. So
I came prepared this time.
This one is a good one. It's the modern day White Witch guide, Wikipedia. So it's basically a how-to and a starter guide and a history of White Wicca. I have that one. Then I have a book that's a bunch of different spells and like lunar cycles. That one's good if you want to start doing lunar work. It's called Everyday Magic. Spells, rituals, potions to live your best life. And then I have my spell book, which is just called my witchcraft book.
Nice.
You just have your journal.
Hmm?
You have your journal too.
Oh, and I have my journal as well. But for anybody that's just starting, the Wikipedia is a good book.
Okay.
It has everything in it pretty much. As far as
That's
the how-to guide.
What do you think about this? This goes back to another question that I had earlier. But what do you think about people giving advice out on like TikTok to new new people that are going into Wicca?
As long as you're giving them correct advice. Because I've seen some TikTok people on there.
Hi. Mm-hmm.
That have like been like, oh, go get this book, and then I've looked up the book and it has nothing in it that's helpful for somebody who's just learning. Like somebody like me it would be helpful for, but somebody that's just learning, it probably wouldn't help them understand anything at all.
Okay. We have a question. Oh, go ahead.
I've seen people like recommend books on deities to new witches in like live chats, and it's like, no, that's definitely not something that you should be doing when you first start. You don't need a deity right away. I don't have one yet.
Very true. So Looker has a question for you. He says, can anybody be a witch, or do you have to have family history?
Anybody can be a witch. You can be a male and be a witch.
Yeah.
But I am a descendant, which is special. Descendants have a natural affiliation with Wicca, or just paganism in general. So there's certain days in the month at some point when people are born that are called awakening months. And it's based on the lunar cycle. And at one point, when I was born in 1995, it was part of the reincarnation lunar cycle, which is considered an awakening.
Okay.
So my friends tell me I'm special.
Me too, Emmy.
I tell him he's special all the time. He's special in his own way. Yeah, anybody can be a witch. You don't have to be special. It's just some people have an affinity for it, like I do.
Mm-hmm.
Like Matt does it sometimes.
That's cool. Do you believe in like the Hollywood magic?
No, I wish it was real. I wish I could be like Harry Potter and just wave a wand and teleport places.
I know that's always a biggie with people. It's like, well, it's nothing but Hollywood, and no, it's not. There's a lot to it. There's a lot to it, and I wish people would go out there and find, you know, more info on what they want to learn. Do you have a specific site that besides your books that you've gone to for information?
You're not a site. He says him. No, I steal your stuff.
You keep quiet, Lurker.
You're not wrong. He does keep a stash. He keeps a secret stash in his Penn State backpack.
It's not secret now.
No. Everybody knows now. So if you ever see him with his when you ever see him with his Penn State backpack, that's where he keeps. Yeah, that's fine. He's asking me about food right now.
Uh-oh, he's getting hungry, huh?
Yeah. He's always hungry.
What is some of your guys' favorite stuff that you like to make?
Well, I grew up with an Italian grandfather. He was my dad's stepdad, so I really like Italian food. Like I love making, one of my favorites is shrimp scampi. I love making shrimp scampi and lasagna. I love lasagna.
That's always a good one. Well, I'm trying to think. It's 5:04 already. I'm trying to think. Should we bring Matt on and put him in the hot seat as well?
Yeah, why not? Let the paranormal consultant join the co-consultant.
Hey, wait a minute. It's supposed to be y'all's show.
I know it. I had to bring you on though at some point.
Room for one more? Lurker. What are you?
Yeah, if he wants to come on.
I think he was just joking about me. So what, am I getting interviewed now on my own show? Is this
I like shiny
I know, all of a
rocks.
sudden it went quiet.
I was gonna say, so what am I here for?
Do you use crystals?
Yeah. I use
Do both of you guys use... I'm sorry, I'm jumping right in there. Do both of you guys use the craft in your ghost hunting experience?
Well, she uses it more than I do, but I do have the capabilities and the confidence for caging, cleansings, blessings, energy work, stuff like that.
The only thing he doesn't have the confidence for sometimes is protection spells. That's what I'm for.
That's good though. You gotta be able to, have that because spiritual boundaries are a much needed thing.
You did suck all the energy out of her geode. So our friend found this geode rock, and Matt took it in his hand and just held it and would not give it back for like a good 20 minutes. And then Casey got it back and was like, there's nothing left in this rock now. You took it all.
Remind me not to have him around mine. No,
I don't let him touch my crystals. The only crystals I let him touch are my necklaces that I wear.
Yeah, because you do have to cleanse and charge some of the stones and gems and crystals. So that's something that I can do with just my inner energy. Or I know the practices to recharge them.
Okay.
I can recharge. It just takes a little bit longer for me because I haven't done it in a while.
I plead the fifth.
Why you gotta steal stuff from people? That's so mean.
Oh, he's in trouble now.
You changed the color of my stone.
Yep.
I have a smoky river quartz, and it's supposed to be like a grayish black on the inside. He turned it white.
That's not good.
I agree, PD, with Emmy, with PDX. I drink the fifth. Speaking of which, I have some stuff over there.
You don't need a drink. You don't ever finish them anyway.
At least it's not a Red Bull.
I know, Spuzzle.
That's a whole like night period thing. Spirit session introduction is gonna be hard.
Do you guys do a spiritual oh gosh, I'm having a brain thing going on. Do you guys do spiritual things together?
There are some things that we will do together, like certain meditations, and we do this thing where if you people have ever heard of inner energy or chi energy, we fight back and forth with our energy. Something like this, where we just put our hands up and wait till the other one starts feeling tingly. But we do that. We also help people with, well, she helps me with the caging, but we also help people introduce themselves to their spirit guides or help them open their third eye or just help them recenter.
I helped a client who was having trouble because she was also an empath but didn't know what to do. Mm-hmm. So I gave her a clear course, which is for purifying energy, and I was like, just keep this on you. You don't want to be bothered, just keep this on you. But yeah, we do spirit. Sometimes we do spirit guide introductions.
How does that? What all goes into that? Is there certain steps that you have to do, or is it something anybody can do?
I mean, anybody can do it. If you want to do it by yourself, it requires deep meditation. That's how I found mine. I had to sit in a dark room with no sound for like almost a half hour before I found mine.
Well, yours is also your familiar too.
She was, yeah, and she was alive.
But yeah,
that's a long story that I'll get to.
But it is a process. It does take a lot of concentration. Oh, here we go. I'm assuming that's Brian.
Thank you, Brian.
But it does take a lot of concentration. It does take deep meditation. It is very tiring, but it can be done. What I like to do is help people with it so it's not so straining.
The easiest way to do it is to cage the person.
Cage the person. Like
Yep.
literally behind bars?
No,
Or in
No.
a room?
a crystal cage.
A crystal
A
cage.
crystal cage. An energy cage.
Okay.
Basically, what it is it's an environment. You've heard of beer cage? A lot of
Yes.
people will refer to a beer cage. You're basically creating a healthier version of that, but you use the stones to create barriers. And if you know how to do it, it's easy. But if you don't know what you're doing, it won't work.
Okay. Do you recommend that for everybody, or do you think that if they don't know really how to do it, that they should have help?
If you don't know how to do it or anything in this field, definitely ask for help. Definitely ask for help. It can be practiced.
Depending on the situation, there is a certain way you have to set up the stones.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's a clockwise pattern.
Well, the points have to be north and south, true north and south.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you set the cage, you have to set it up with 1, 3, 2, 4. So you have to set it up in a cross pattern. And then whenever you break it, you have to break it a certain way as well.
It's the opposite.
East, west, south, north.
Yeah, the opposite. So you go north, south, east, west, and then east, west, south, north.
Something like that.
I know what I'm talking about.
7.
It's just like how you set up the pentagram.
So what am I thinking of? What's the east, west, south, north?
No, you have it. You have it.
Are you
right.
thinking about the 4 corners?
It's kind of like that when you're setting up a cage.
Yeah, but you're thinking of the right thing. You just do it backwards. It's like setting up the pentagram. When I do a pentagram cage, because that's fire. You go fire, earth, air, water. So it's up, down, side.
Well, I know there's certain different ways to set up a pentagram for different things too, for like banishing and different rituals and.
This is just to cage me to help me cleanse myself.
That's awesome. What would you say to a person that is totally out of the loop and hasn't really done anything but their gifts and needs help? Would you guys recommend them to what you guys are doing?
Honestly, it's easier to go talk to your local metaphysical store or go see a Reiki healer or some kind of Reiki practitioner to get advice.
Okay.
Especially on crystals. Crystals, the metaphysical stores know a lot about. They might not know what they can be used for, but they can tell you. And most of the crystals in a metaphysical shop come with a little card that tells you exactly what it's for.
Okay.
So.
Well, awesome. That's awesome. I'll have to do a lot more research then and figure some things out. Matt, it's already been an hour and 15 minutes.
Hey, this is your show.
I know it.
Are you ready to end it?
Do you guys want to keep going? Do you guys want to
It's your
take
show.
a break?
You're the host.
I know it, but if you guys are wanting to take a break or something, we can for a second.
I mean, we can schedule a part 2. We'll talk after.
Part 2? Okay.
Yeah, why not?
Why not? I think that would be awesome. And maybe I'll be a little bit more. I thought I was prepared, but I think I kind of froze there for a second.
No, you actually did really well.
Yeah, everyone, please, let's do some clapping, thumbs up for Squeakers. This is her first solo show, and I think she did phenomenal. Absolutely.
I'm actually surprised at how comfortable I am, considering the fact that most of the time when I stream, nobody watches me.
Well, I will be backstage. You ladies, let you end it out, but great job to both of you.
Thank you, MacKenzie, for being on the show. I appreciate it, and I enjoyed getting to know you. And I wish I wasn't so far freaking far away. 3,000 miles away, I guess. But I'm very happy to have gotten to know you a little bit more, and hopefully we can get some more interesting part 2 questions out of you. And Lurker says, the wifey exposes more of the consultant secrets. Stick around for part 2 for the juicy parts.
There probably will be more about Matt, so I'm not even gonna lie. Because most of these questions that I've been seeing, like going through the chat, have been about Matt.
Have they? I can only see half the questions for some reason. My tablet's really weird right now, so I apologize for not getting to all the questions. But I'll go back through and look and see on there. But I want to thank you though for coming on with me, because I am not always the best talker, so I'm surprised I'm really comfortable as well.
You did really well, and I'm happy to have come on, because this is the first time that anybody's ever interviewed me. I've never been interviewed.
Nice. Well, I'm glad to have you, and I look forward to more. Because obviously maybe we can have a part 2 and a part 3 and a part another way.
Hey. Let's not get overexcited.
But I'm glad everybody showed up, and thank you all. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and pull Matt back up here real quick.
What, you want me to end it out?
Yes, please.
Maybe next time Lurker can join and ask questions.
Exactly.
About and
Lurker's getting his on Friday.
No, I mean for my part too.
Oh, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Not you.
Maybe.
Thank you, Carlos.
There he is, speaking of him. All right, well, I'll let you ladies head backstage, so stick around, Squeakers.
All right, thank you.
I mean, you can't go anywhere.
Okay.
Oh, I'm stuck in this in this box behind stage.
There we go. I'm so used to using the other mic. So I want to thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. I'm not used to this. I'm used to being in the other chair. But I want to thank you guys so much for everything. I want to thank Brian John Laverty for Parapost Network for letting us stream tonight. I also want to thank him for everything he does. And if you guys haven't already, like I said, please join parapost.net on Facebook, Android, iOS, anywhere. Seriously, join it. You won't not regret it. But thank you guys so much for tonight's show. And again, thank you to my wife. And thank you to Squeakers for an amazing show. Squeakers did an awesome job. She a little nervous, but she did good. She did very well for her first time. I'm very proud of her. And I'm very proud of MacKenzie for everything she's done. I don't know what I would do without her.
Made it PG-13.
Yeah, that too. So, so catch us Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time for the Paracast as Lurker sits down in the hot seat. It's his turn to go solo, and he gets to chat with Ghost and Grub. I've been waiting for this one. He's very excited about it, and so am I, and hopefully you guys will come too. We're going to be streaming again on Parapost Network, the Paracast by Paranormal Consultant Facebook page, and our YouTube page, Paranormal Consultant. So please share them out. Please keep checking for the events. And yeah, we'll see you guys on Friday. So you guys have yourselves a great rest of your night. Have fun. Stay safe. And as always, guys, happy hauntings.